listening to us. We thank you for having patience, and we thank you for sticking with us through this difficult time. What happened was I tried to link to live on Facebook, and I did a selfie screenshot of my face, and it shut everything down. Shut everything down. It's too handsome. Too handsome.
That's one way to look at it.
Yeah. For the whole, like, my mustache is starting to grow into.
Could have said something else.
Billy D up in here. So, we got to get ready to do the beginning as only us at the 5 o'clock shadow can do it. Today is Monday, June 20th. Thank you for tuning in, logging on. Welcome to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock shadow. If you're not familiar, get familiar. Listen, this is before you come in. You come in after. It's your co-host, Truth, a.k.a. Will of God, a.k.a. Willzilla, a.k.a. Tupac, a.k.a. One William Dollars, a.k.a. the Silverback, a.k.a. the Hater, and we're in the Mass Appeal Studios in beautiful downtown Worcester. Now, this is the part where your music hits and you...
That's right, y'all. It's none other than your brother, Ron, a.k.a. the man of God, a.k.a. that dude, a.k.a. Rendezvous, a.k.a. Ron the Don. It's Monday, June 20th. I have no fear.
The father of the year.
The father of the year is here.
Okay. So now that we got the bull out of the way.
What's that mean, fam?
That's fine.
Yeah.
Call yourself father. You don't call yourself father of the year while I'm sitting up in here.
Hey, I'm father of the year, man. The award was handed out, dog.
Who? What award?
My sons gave it to me.
Okay.
Father of the
tell
year.
them they need to do a recount because they got it all the way wrong.
Ain't no recount, man.
Okay.
I beat out a female.
You beat out a single mom?
I beat out a single mom.
Is that possible?
For father of the year.
So we have a lot to talk about today. We starting late, so we got to get ready to get into the stuff that we got to get into. We got
Jesus pieces today?
No, we don't have Jesus pieces today.
Oh, okay.
But we can have Jesus pieces every day. So no.
We'll Mondays. We had a concerted effort on being more organized, and I thought we had said that Mondays was going to be Jesus pieces.
Right, but we have to cut something out because we started at 5:24.
So
not
it might
5.
as well be Jesus. Yeah, out of all things.
Well,
I'm just
okay. All right. So let's try to get this organized now. I'm going to try, since we said we're going to be professional, and we are very behind on things that we're supposed to be doing. So how was your Father's Day, Ron the Don?
It was splendid. I had a great day. Went to church after, hung out with the boys. Everything went well. Had the guys over. Wife allowed me to have the guys over to watch the game last night. And that was an enjoyable experience, just to have everybody there until the end of the game.
Until someone said that if they didn't win Game 6, they would lose in Game 7. Applaud me.
And I had the LeBron fans in the house too, because I was ready to gloat when my team won, but they didn't, so I had to sit there. And as a matter of fact, I told them they had to go. I was like, I'm going to bed. Y'all gotta get out. It's time to leave. Put your pizza down. Put your drink down. Just leave it right there. You gotta get out my house.
Really, you did a Martin.
You gotta leave right now. Games. Why are you still here? My
boys
boys asleep. I gotta get up early. Just it's time to go.
Really? Did you pray? You didn't have no. You didn't.
Don't let the door hit you. Don't let the door hit you.
You didn't.
No, I didn't say take one more bite. Put the pizza down. You gotta go. I ain't playing.
Really? It was that bad? You were that upset?
No, I wasn't, man. But my man was real tight. We was there, and I have one of my friends is English as a second language. Spanish is his first language. So he said to him, he was like, hey, man, translate this for me to Ron. And he was like, I ain't translating S.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, I ain't translating S for you. He was real tight, man.
People really get...
And they feelings about it. Like, I was disappointed because I had made a gentleman's bet that I would say LeBron was the greatest, which I don't think. But if I lost, I would say LeBron was the greatest. If he lost, he was going to have to wear a Golden State hat, and all that.
You got to wear a LeBron jersey too, right?
He's allegedly, if he purchases it, I'm not going to go out and purchase it. It was if you purchase. But if I am asked who the greatest player in the league is, I have to say LeBron James every time.
Right now, he is.
I have to say LeBron James every time. That's that was conditions of the bet.
But you'd be telling the truth.
That's the conditions of the bet.
Okay, that's the conditions of the bet, but come on, keep it real. You said we got to be real. Who's the greatest player in the NBA right now?
Well, conditions of the bet require me to say LeBron James.
I'm not right. Conditions of the bet are requiring you to say, but is that your true opinion?
The conditions of the
bet
have restricted what I'm able to say.
You can say yes or no. No, that's not true. You can say yes or no.
No. The condition of the bet is that the greatest is LeBron James. That's all I can say.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's possible that you are lying every time you say that.
It's entirely possible. But I'm a man of my word to the agreement that was set forth. So
why do men make dumb bets like that?
Because it's fun, man. We get to poke at each other. Then every time he sees me, he's gonna be like, "Yo, who's the best, man?" And I gotta hear me say it. He gets to laugh at me. It's just a little fun thing.
I had a bet with one of my friends. I used to tell him, "Listen, the conditions of the bet are every time if I win, whenever I bark, you have to say, 'Oh gosh, Will, you're so sexy,' for a whole week."
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know if I
listen,
do that, bro.
Listen, we would be like on Xbox Live, right? And there's like all kinds of strangers on there.
Yeah.
And like he'll say something, I'll be like, "Word, really?" And he go, "Come on, real."
You got that from Fresh Prince, man.
I do. I made him do it. He's like, "Oh gosh, Will, you're so sexy." That's right. You got men do things. I don't know why we do.
So you wanted another man to call you sexy. You couldn't think of another condition? Like,
listen,
yo, you the best, you the greatest.
Right. Some men are so full of themselves that it would kill them to do something like that. So yeah,
I guess that's one way to get out of answering the question.
Yeah, I guess so. I get out of it good.
If you can dodge a question, you can dodge a ball.
All right, so we're about to go
Will.
That's right. We're about to go to the weather and traffic with Don Sharmelle and Will Reed, and then we are going to Around the Town.
Zip around? It goes around with Don Sharmelle?
Yes, we are. So let's get to the news.
Good afternoon. Just the day before summer starts, and let me tell you, it's a hot one out there. Don Sharmelle with you. Hope you had a happy Father's Day. Mine sure was. And today, it's 88 degrees, feels like 82. We've got a 50% chance of rain coming up late today. Later in the evenings, you'll be in bed by that time. Humidity steady at 54%. Visibility still at 10 miles, so you can see your baby mama taking your money. Sunset at 8:26 if you want to get out there with your loved one and have a romantic time. Also, the sunrise tomorrow at 5:10. Tomorrow we'll also have a clear and hot, almost temperature the same, 86 degrees in the forecast through Wednesday. Also 81 degrees until we hit Thursday. We'll get some rain and drop down to 69. So that's what I have right now for the weather. Let me throw it over to my main man, Pots and Pans, Will Reed.
Well, thank you there, Don Sharmelle. The off-ramp from Jackson Road to Route 2 are closed for construction. Seek an alternate route if possible. Actually, traffic on the median and everything else seems pretty clear. You might have some slowdown on Lakeside Ave, slow down on the Mass 9 connector, and also the overpass at West at Martin Luther King, downtown exit 16, backed up to I-190 exit 19. So if you can seek an alternate route, or if you want to drive around the city and enjoy some of the beautiful landmarks in Worcester, Massachusetts, then you can do so. Also, the the overpass on Highland Street that goes to Belmont Street is also backed up due to the construction going on there. If you can seek an alternate route, I suggest you do so. Now, we're going to go around the town with Don Sharmelle.
Yes! That's right. We're back around the town. My second shot at this, and I'm happy to be here. I just want to report that they finished that bike path behind the Boys and Girls Club. That's a good $3 million spent for 1,000 feet, wouldn't you say?
It's not that far, right? You could I could jog that and not be out of breath.
And that's saying something. Listen. If we could look at the
I don't know whether to congratulate you or cuss on one or the other. But go ahead.
That's right. Just like Will running that 1,000 feet, this was not an easy project to complete. And U.S. Rep. James McGovern said, thankfully, nobody gave up. This is about making people know that they are vital and that every neighborhood in this city is vital. Nothing makes me feel more vital than a bike path in my backyard.
Yeah.
So thank you for that, Jim McGovern.
Around Kilby Street, too. That nothing says safe like a bike path behind Kilby Street. Applaud that.
The bike path successfully reconnects Kilby and Tainter Streets, replacing a former portion of Tainter Street that begins adjacent to the Boys and Girls Club of Worcester and ends at Tainter Court. The path is alongside what will be more than 7 acres of fields being built by Clark University, again, to make the neighborhood feel vital. Has nothing to do with their sports teams. Also included in the $3 million price tag, it came from a 2009 federal earmark, according to McGovern. The big part of the money was not spent on the tar, but on the infrastructure underneath. There were retaining walls and electricity that was required to wire up the bike path without using manhole covers, which could trip up our runners and other exercise enthusiasts.
I see. What does that mean?
Also, good news for our summer travelers. Projected grass prices are looking to drop by 6% as 6 cents. Excuse me, not 6%, but 6 cents per gallon. Okay. So you can save on 10 gallons of gas, 50 cents. Okay. So you can get the pack of gum now that you wanted to get.
Oh, good. I like to chew gum and drive.
Also, in Uxbridge, a warning sent out for our southern neighbors of a high warning of E. coli in the water. There's a boil notice that's out that no water should be consumed, washed, and/or bathed in unless it has been boiled first.
Wow, where's that?
In Uxbridge.
Okay.
So this is good news unless you don't know that you should boil their water. So if you're not on Facebook or you're not listening, you're probably drinking it, poisoning yourself right now.
Yes.
Also, there was some turmoil surrounding the exit of the fire and police chief in Minden. Recently, he stepped down voluntarily, which opened up a lot of scrutiny from the town selectmen that he had not been paying attention to his post. He drew an annual salary of $167,500, easily making him the town's highest paid employee. When he was not overseeing his 20 full-time employees, Chief Horn operates his own law practice and maintains a private municipal consulting company. Chief Horn has long held the leadership position in 2 regional police cooperatives and at 55 showed no signs of lightening his load when his salary unanimously approved at town meeting last month. But after 30 years on the force, at the annual town meeting, he submitted his retirement letter, May 23rd, touting improvements to the police and fire departments, explaining that he's ready for his life's next chapter after fleecing the town for taxpayers' money. The selectmen, far from being dismayed, are also eager to turn the page. After years of acquiescing to the chief's varied slate of public and private endeavors, concerns about his work ethic in Minden have gained traction as allegations and lawsuits have piled up. The good thing is that he will be representing himself, so he will save some money in those lawsuits. Selectman Mark Real Jr. confirmed Selectmen had already planned to inform Chief Horn they didn't intend to extend his current contract. There's a broken relationship that is wrought with a convoluted story about internecine police squabbles, small-town power struggles, and dueling sex gossip probes, much of which played out behind the scenes. There was also talks that he was not present for overseeing the fire department and left his second-in-command, who was abusive and demoralizing to the team. So at this point, I'm hoping to connect with the former Chief Horn and maybe have a brew, because I'm sure know that he can afford it. And that's what's happening around the town with Don Sharmelle.
All right, Don, quickly before we go. So who do you think is worse? This fire chief or the third Oakland police chief in 8 days to quit amid sex and race scandals? Which one do you think is in hotter water?
Well, ironically, it's the same person. So that way, I feel that as that becomes to light, you'll realize that everyone that's involved in that is the same. I do have a fault with Minden that he's also the fire chief and the police chief. I wonder how those meetings used to go when they would sit down to discuss working things out together.
By himself.
By himself.
Got it.
If arson was committed, he was there to put it out and also to arrest the person that did it.
All right. Well, we thank you for that. Around the Town with Don Sharmelle. And
if you're in Uxbridge, enjoy a cold glass of water on me.
So, this Around the Town with Don Sharmelle was brought to you by Curry Management. And your weather and traffic was also brought to you by Curry Management. And we'll be back after this.
You guys are too much. I go next door.
Cool.
Meeting. You good, man.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah, you good.
We exit out on that too?
Yep.
Oh. You set that one up. I had to run with it. Because then the next thing was, it wasn't an easy job to complete. Listen, that's crazy though. $3 million for 1,000 feet. Yo, 1,000 feet, Will, and they're trying to tell me that makes them feel bad. We couldn't think of anything better to spend $3 million. 1,000-foot bike path.
They close down Mosaic. See what I'm talking about?
Come on, bro. And then everybody stand out there smiling. Come on, I got Sarat, your girl out there.
Yes, she's
smiling.
not happy about her. Man.
I know Mike went in.
Yeah, I didn't even see where he went.
Mike went in
On Facebook?
But here's the thing what I don't get about her. Like, even politics, like, she took the bait and started responding.
She did?
Yeah.
Oh, I got to see, man. I don't know.
He said he was talking about something about that she was an amazing person, but as a politician, she started to,
Become a politician.
Yeah.
You know what? Ironically, that's why Trump is starting to lose now, because at first he was outrageous, and now he's starting to become a politician.
And so she was like, she came out and was like, it's easy to judge when you're commenting from the sidelines, not in the field, sweating it out.
All right. And we're back to the 1, 2, 3, 4.
5 o'clock shadow.
It is your boy Truth It and Ron the Don in the house.
No, I'm supposed to announce myself.
Okay, it is your boy Truth It.
And Ron the Don.
Okay, in the house right
No,
now.
don't put that on there. If I don't put that, you can't put that. That's my thing.
Listen, mother, father, I'll put whatever the heck I want.
Can't
Put
do that.
anywhere I want.
Oh,
You don't
wow.
tell
Wait
me-
a second.
You don't tell me you don't put that there. Like,
No, whoa. You put whatever you want, anything you want, wherever you want. That's what you just said to me?
no, not like that.
Okay.
Maybe.
Oh,
It
my.
depends. I'm in a good mood.
Hey,
No.
I heard another person comment that they thought the love coach should retire.
Yeah, me too. And to them, I say, I'll think about it. Who else said the love coach should retire?
Well, a colleague on Mass Appeal.
Really?
Yeah.
Trooper Joe.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. I didn't want
Well, I think Troop.
to name names. He can kill you with one touch. You might want to be careful what you say next.
Go for the Vegas nerve. So we have a lot to talk about today. The NBA Finals.
Wrapped up.
Third Oakland police chief in 8 days quits amid sex. Did you hear that the police in Oakland were sleeping with an underage girl? Like, she slept with like 12 of the police officers.
Listen, if there's grass on the infield, then you play ball. So I've heard.
So wait, let me get this straight.
So I've heard.
Let me get this straight.
So I've heard.
So,
but that's unrelated. I'm
people
talking
want the
about
love coach gone.
I'm talking
right?
about baseball.
People
so.
want the love coach gone because the love coach is too risque, right?
I'm not sure why they want him gone.
Okay. Well, I just think. Have you seen anything? Have you heard anything about this story?
I heard some. I did not indulge all the way in it, so I'm eager to hear what points you have, man.
Okay, so they've gone through 3 police chiefs in 8 days after scandals from illicit sex to racist texts. Acting Chief Paul Figueroa became the latest casualty Friday when he stepped down after 2 days on the job. You know how bad your job has to be after 2 days. You step in like, look, I'm out.
I can't do it. I can't fix it. I'm all set.
Yeah. While he said the decision was not related to the scandals, it left the beleaguered department under civilian control. Mayor Libby Schaaf, I don't know, Schaaf?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Libby Schaaf said the city was about to close a new investigation focusing on racist text messages sent by police officers that follows a probe into whether dozens of officers had sex with a teenage prostitute. I will not choose to say anything today that will undermine the city of Oakland's ability to impose the maximum discipline in the case, Schaaf wrote on Facebook. As a mayor of Oakland, I'm here to run a police department, not a frat house. What is wrong with it seems like every official everywhere is in hot water now.
Once you get the authority, man, people think that they're above reproach, man. They think they can't get touched. They have this inflated view of what is going to happen and that they can just operate without any punitive measures. And the Bible says what's done in the dark will come to the light. Maybe not in the immediate time, but eventually it will come to the light. And so people will continue to operate like this, especially in positions of authority. But guess what, man? Man's law, God's law is higher than man's law.
Okay.
And so people, they really think that they're not going to get found out. And that's why you engage in this stuff, man.
Right. So there was something you were telling me about too. We were talking about before we came on the air. This reminds me of Sarai Rivera had to come to her defense of some criticisms that was shot at her
recently on social media.
So what is it that you know from the?
This is a third hand. It's again from social media, and I'm going back a couple of days from reading it. But there was a comment from one poster that suggested that she was an amazing human being, amazing person, but that he felt that she was becoming more of a politician now. And I think it was as it related to, I recall, related to money being spent or not spent in District 4. Something that was coming. I'll try to research out the post again to see if I can find exactly what's going on.
I can't find it, but District 4 is Sarai Rivera's district, is it not?
It is.
So
she
her
is counselor,
district, right?
City councilor for District 4.
Okay, so her district is the district that's responsible for Kilby Street, this bike path.
She is in that district, yes. That would be her district. But this money was earmarked from a federal grant.
Right, so it's not like she could allocate it someplace else.
No, yeah. This was set aside already for this. That's what earmarked means. It was for our listeners.
Right, so it was set aside for
a 1,000-foot bike path.
So I wonder what makes the city, the people in the city. I have to go to more city council meetings. I have to pay attention even more.
They're painful. So
they are painful, but
you could read the transcripts. What I do occasionally.
Yep.
You can kind of
watch the videos on
watch the videos.
Yep.
But even watching the videos are agonizing sometimes.
Because half the time they'll use words and they'll be talking about things you're not really sure you're following correctly.
Yeah.
Then they'll say they'll hold it off, or they'll vote on it, or they'll send it for something. And then it's like you get to whatever it is you're looking for, and you still don't. I think that we would be doing ourselves, a justice to pay attention to these things more, because a lot of money is being wasted on things, and
Why would you say it's being wasted? The note said, if I heard Don Sharmelle correctly, that it was to make the area feel vital.
Okay.
So it's all going to make them feel vital.
And let me be fair. Kilby Street today is not what it was maybe a decade or two ago. Kilby used to be that place where you did not want to go on or go around or be near. And Kilby Street, it doesn't really feel that bad, even though it's still in Main South, which really needs an overhaul, which I really would not like to live in that part of the city, truth be told, because there's a lot. There's crackheads, there's prostitution, there's all kinds of stuff.
I have located the post.
Please tag me in it.
Okay. The post says, so let me just tag you in it.
Yep.
The post was posted by a commenter. Anyone know how to discard? It's a picture of a needle sitting laying on the street.
Right. Okay.
A hypodermic needle.
Right.
And it says, anyone know how to discard needles? Just saw this outside my crib where my children and others congregate. I'm this close to choking the expletive out of one of these people. By the way, I hear my counselor is an advocate for more opioid expletive in Maine South, SMH.
Okay, you know what? I did see that picture, but I never read anything further than that because I said, listen, like for example, I'm a diabetic and I have these needles all the time. So it's like, I don't know, it's like, you see them, to me, it's like throw them in a bottle, a soda bottle or something, put them in something and, keep it moving because I have to deal with them all the time. So when I saw it, I said it's an issue, but it's not like...
Other commenters suggested that,
yep.
Or even thicker than that, a laundry detergent bottle,
right.
Things of that nature. But this did catch the eye of one city councilor who responded, get the facts straight. It would help if you actually engaged in conversation instead of negative, unproductive criticism. To which the response from the text, the poster, is, it's not my responsibility, Sarai Rivera, to do community PR for you. As a human being, you're phenomenal, but as a politician, of which you're rapidly becoming, you're building a legacy of disappointment within the know of your community. I use the air quotes for the know. Your policy and decision making is public, and your criticism will be as well. I knew you before you were Councilor Rivera, and I think you know me well enough to know that I could and probably should be a bit more critical. There has been some real head scratchers. Now, if you're not supporting a PIP shelter-like structure as part of the Albion remake, this would be a good space to clarify it if you like. Like I said, I heard my counselor, no address is, but some important people told me this, just saying. This went back and forth for a little while, and she responded, all incorrect information, come to neighborhood meetings and committee meetings. We held 2 last month. I publicized both on Facebook. It was also on city website.
I remember one of those. Weren't one of those the ones where they were asking her to answer a question that they were trying to get answered for months, and apparently she felt threatened because she was trying to shut one of the speakers down, and she actually wanted to have him removed.
I believe that is the meeting that is in reference here.
Okay.
I cannot confirm.
Okay.
But she did go on to say that I've never needed anyone to do PR. My work speaks for itself. You're completely putting out false information, and cordially invite the poster to neighborhood meetings and committee meetings. It's easy to criticize the game from the sidelines without actually sweating it out on the field. I hold my head very high.
So I know she was using that as like what is the word? Not a euphemism. What is I'm looking for the word. You're supposed to help me with the word. It's easy to criticize the game. The game. So needles, dirty needles on the ground is a game. Well, apparently she does play the game because now we have bike rides. I guess we can have bike races. That's a game.
I did not see this later on, but her final comments were, I'm always happy to have a productive conversation, but will no longer engage in a negative social media attention back and forth loop of dialogue. You are so wrong in your comments, but that's between you and whatever to grapple with. Do whatever you want to do. I've endured much attack from others as women of color, having it from one of the brothers as well. Will not kill me. It would only make me stronger. Interesting that you chose this venue to clarify and threaten to tag me. Like I said, always open for productive conversation, but this is not. Have a blessed day. Also happy to discuss any things I'm working with regarding our community. Oh, and don't just believe everything you read in the media. You of all people should know that, so try asking me directly. So made herself available to the poster, and that was just kind of a quick back and forth dialogue through a concerned citizen and counselor for Sarai Rivera.
Thoughts?
Personally, for me, I think that you're not going to please everyone.
Okay.
And there will always be criticism.
Yep.
And I personally would not have engaged the post to begin with. I think that it was
a no-win situation.
A no-win to take the bait thank you, and respond. And I get, to defend your policies and your. Are you looking at your eyebrows while I'm trying to talk to you about this?
I'm listening.
No, you're like looking at yourself in the selfie camera, like seeing if you look cute or something.
I was. But I'm listening.
You like making eyebrows and everything, like raising them and lowering them, batting your eyelashes.
Listen, I just took a shower, so this is a rare occasion for me.
I can attest. The
Wow. Okay. Okay. All right.
but yeah, I mean, you got it's probably tough for politicians out there to take, especially if you're out there reading it. Like, you almost gotta insulate and isolate yourself from it to a degree. I would imagine.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. I'm not a city councilor. I can only make a suggestion if I was, but I think it comes with the territory. I mean, imagine if Obama was out there responding to every negative post.
Well, he does respond
to every negative post and engaging in a back and forth social media dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, from the show, if I was going to engage it, I would have engaged with the last comment. Hey, I'm open to productive conversation. Let's set aside to get together and have a discussion about it.
So she made a couple of bad moves in this situation. Number one, is she tried to minimize a person being upset with how things are going in her district, in a district where there is a lot wrong. So,
but not the bike path.
Not the bike path is popping.
Set.
So, to say, she basically said your feelings are invalid. Then she went and said, if you were out in the field, she said this to a person who lives in her district. If you were out in the field, there's people that live in the field. I don't think that's the right choice of words. I think if she should have responded, if she said, okay, I'm going to respond to this, she should have responded to the actual criticism. She didn't do that. She kind of fluffed around it and then kind of said, I hold my head high. Then she even so distastefully went and said, I'm a woman of color, and men and brothers attacking me. I'm used to it, and I will hold my head high. Arise, woman, arise. Like, really? Really?
So there's a criticism there? What do you think, that she was playing some sort of card? Or
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think she plays that card often.
What do you think about the commenters' points that she's rapidly becoming affirming and accentuating her qualities as a person, but in their opinion, pointing out that she's rapidly becoming a politician?
That's his opinion. That's the poster's opinion.
Do you support or do you agree or disagree with the opinion?
The jury for me is still out on it. And the reason why I say it's still out on it is because it's easy for me to sit here and say, well, the district don't look like it's coming along or anything like that. So what are you holding your head high over?
But then again, you're not as engaged
as
Penny mentioned earlier.
Yes, I need to get into it more, and I said I think we all should. So that's why I don't know.
Reserve opinion at this time.
Right. But I do know that the poster and the texter is into all of this stuff.
Okay.
A lot more.
You know the poster and texter
yes.
personally?
Yes.
Okay.
Is into this a lot more than I am. And you know what? The poster and we argue over stuff too. And you know, one of the things in a debate that I hate, I always hate the me examples that people use. As if that means I did it, it's universal for everyone. So they'll say, like if I say, no, I don't think women should be at the front lines in a ground war because if they have to carry heavy things and stuff like that, maybe they're not as in shape. They'll say, one person will say, I was in the war, I was in the war and I had a gun and I had that backpack and I had all this stuff and 3 people attacked me and I held myself. That doesn't mean that it's...
So you're not one for anecdotal evidence.
No.
You want factual... long-term proof.
Right. It doesn't prove anything. It just says that you were able to do something.
It's anecdotal.
That doesn't mean, right. It doesn't mean that everybody's going to be able to do what you did.
That's what anecdotal means.
Right. Okay. Good. Cool. So yeah, no, I don't rock with that.
Got you. Gotcha.
You rock with that? You like those?
No, I don't. There's a place for them, but I think in a vacuum by themselves they can't stand up. So
Yeah, I know
if you share, I mean, we deal with that in the profession that I'm in, working with at-risk youth. I mean, anecdotally, and this is big in the nonprofit, we share a lot of anecdotal stories about the one who made it through and transformed and changed their life, and they're on to college and got married, got a family, got a car, and that's great. But what the nonprofit industry is even starting to look at now more, what outcomes and outputs do you have? Great, that one happened, but what happened to the other 1,000? Like, what's going on with them? And when you're able to speak concretely to that data and be able to capture that, which we at Straight Ahead, I believe we're ahead of the curve in which what we're doing in reporting that kind of information, then that's when you're able to produce to, in our case, funders, in other people's cases, voters or pundits, you're able to produce to them substantiated and factual outcomes, along with the anecdotal evidence of what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, I think there's a place for them, but in a vacuum, they can't stand alone as concrete evidence. To your point,
right? You know what the best example for me is when you're talking about racism, or you're talking about.
I got a black friend.
I have a black friend. Or, you know what? I grew up in the same neighborhood as those black people, and I pulled myself up by the bootstraps, and I got up and got a job, and I supported myself and my family, and now I'm living in Tatnick Square, and if I did it, you can do it.
I cheered for Michael Jordan.
Right. I hate those. I strongly dislike.
Your voice changed when you began to take on that persona.
Yeah.
Was there a reason, or?
Well, because I changed to a more Caucasian-y type.
Oh, okay.
Caucasian-ese. Caucasian-ese. Like
Ish.
Chinese,
Caucasian-ish.
Vietnamese, Caucasian-ese.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure what happened there. I just know you sounded a little bit like Will Reed all of a sudden.
A little bit. So, how do you, are you into like the city council movements and stuff?
Not as much as
Don Sharmelle.
Yeah.
So do you and Don discuss these things ever?
Not as much as I should.
Okay.
And some of it has to do. Some of this has to do with the reality of the time and energy to do it, but I know it's beneficial, especially as my children are getting older, and even for me myself, especially as it relates to school policy and things of that nature. I will say that I am paying an increased amount of attention to it. I would say that I think that I'm more informed than the average citizen, but not to the degree of a counselor, obviously, or to your point, maybe even this poster that you said is very involved. But out of a week, or I'd say out of a month, I probably would watch and or read the city council meetings.
Yes.
1 to 2 times a month.
Okay.
So that's about half of them. And then I regularly read the Telegram and Gazette. Regularly meaning that 3 to 4 times a week.
Okay. Yeah, I have it on my phone. I have the app, so I always every morning look at the headlines and see if anything's eyebrow raising or not. And like after a couple of crash on I-290 westbound, I say, okay, yeah, I'm gonna go scratch myself and go back to sleep.
Right.
That's basically all. That's how I do it so far. But it's good that we have Don Sharmelle here now, so he can keep the listeners up to date what's going around in their town. And as we get
he kind of expanded a little bit. I thought he was just going to do Worcester, but it looks like he expanded to like Worcester County is kind of what he's focusing on.
Right.
Good for him.
Yeah,
took the initiative.
Yeah, I applaud that. So how about does the water situations at some place close? Like you said, it was in Mendon, right?
That's in Uxbridge.
okay.
Mendon was, if I remember correctly, Sharmelle said that's where the fire chief and police chief had gotten to some hot water.
Okay. So, are you concerned about Worcester water?
Actually, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not, because my water's filtered, and so I live in Worcester, and my water's filtered, and isolated from any sort of issue there. So
Okay.
I don't really worry about Worcester water in
You
that
really think
regard.
filters can protect your water from
Yes,
everything?
99.9% of things.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
But I mean, my concern really for Uxbridge is that the elderly that may not. I mean, how are they going to do? Are they going around door knocking to let people know? You know, about how else are they disseminating the information? I'm sure they're doing a lot electronically, possibly phone calls, maybe the automated phone calls as well. I'm sure. I hope they're doing I hope they're engaging in every effort to make people aware, because the E. coli is no joke, man. You're very sick from that.
yes.
So
Hey, you know, I'm sorry. I was thinking that it's probably allergies, but you never know.
you know what you talk about Worcester water. I'm not concerned with the drinking water as much as I am the waterways, like Indian Lake and Coles Pond and things of that nature. I don't inherently trust that the water is okay.
Me either.
So
And,
Bell Pond, I mean, if I'm going to take my children, I get out of Worcester. If they go into a body of water, I'm getting to like Hopkinton State Park, or I'm getting Paxton, Moore Park. I'm not going to stay in Worcester for that.
And you know what? Those parks are starting to take notice because they're charging. Some charge. When you to drive up in there, they sometimes count the amount of people in your car.
Yeah, Hopkinton's always charged, as far as I know. In Moore Park, I was, it's a small fee to go there, but I'll pay the small fee for safe water.
And you think that you think it's okay for them to charge? Well, yeah, I think it's okay too, because
a lot of them, what they'll do, I was surprised. Like, we used to go to Lake Chauncey in Westboro, but what they require now is you have to be a resident, so they actually will ask for your ID. And last summer, my wife was dismayed. She had packed up all the stuff for the boys, packed up the beach bag, got them in their floaty, everybody ready, drove down there, and they were like, no admittance. Let me see your ID. They were like, no admittance. And she, I would have made a scene. I'd have been like, bro, I'm sitting here with I got a 2-year-old, at the time, a 2.5-year-old and a 1.5-year-old standing here ready to go into this water, and you're going to break their hearts. Right? There's no one around. Like, you can't just let me in this one time, $5, I'm standing here. Like, I get it, letter of the law, but spirit of the law also. You know what I'm saying? Like, so.
Hey, get money.
They didn't get her money that day.
No, they did. I guess not.
And they got lost.
Mm-hmm.
And went on to Hopkinton State Park just up the way and had a grand time. So.
Yeah. I don't know. But let's go to a song and take a quick little break, and we will be right back on the 1, 2, 3, 4
5 o'clock shadow. What's she doing next door?
Talking to the guys.
It's the African dude?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh shit.
What is wrong with him?
You don't know nothing about that.
And why y'all don't turn the fan on? Oh, we're moving downstairs. Window, everything right next to my office.
On the first, right?
Oh no.
Yeah.
How much is it gonna cost? How much is the rent more expensive down here?
A little bit, but not too much.
Like how much more?
80
80? 80 what?
dollars.
The 30th, I'll have 100.
So we are moving.
What does that mean for me?
I mean, y'all rent stay the same. Nothing goes up for y'all.
Oh, okay.
When nothing changes, unless I get like a huge studio and we're doing other things, then maybe. You can talk. No, he's playing music. Oh, okay. Will, Anissa, Will.
Hi. Nice to meet
Mrs.
you.
Ron, Anissa. We're having our Women in Action board.
Why are you looking like that?
I don't know. I didn't get to see Anissa. Hey Anissa, how you doing? It's nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you.
It's good that you're here.
Yeah, I forgot the damn cake though.
What are y'all doing? Having a women what?
My nonprofit,
Yeah. What's it called?
board, Women in Action.
Oh.
We're having our board of directors meeting next door.
Oh.
So you might hear us.
Okay.
I hear us.
Well, you gonna hear us. It's Kurt.
Yeah.
DJ Clue Gospel.
Yes. I like this song.
Stop talking over the track, Kurt. Shut up.
Yeah, I don't like it, but I was just like listening to random stuff, and I was like, I can pay for this. I can buy it. I can see my kids singing this over in the car. All right, so you're here till 6:20.
Yeah. Something like that.
All right. And we're back to the 1, 2, 3, 4,
Shadown.
where we are here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we ain't shaved today.
No, we ain't. I ain't shaving. I got it. Look, this. I got it all the way. Look. Okay, let me show Facebook. Look, this is where I got it. Right. I got my 5 o'clock shadow all the way out to here and here now. Ron, you're not looking.
I know. I'm looking at this goaltending.
Ron, who cares about the goaltending? I got my 5 o'clock shadow here to here, and I'm trying to get it. Why you stop viewing? And I'm trying to get it to go all the way. I'm gonna do it.
Did you know that I was just talking to a friend of mine who's a barber who came in and got a lineup?
Yeah.
And I wasn't aware of this, but I guess it's been out for some time. So for those that are facially hair challenged, such as yourself, when you get your lineup, there's actually a dye that they can put on to simulate what's not there until it grows in. And so you can get a nice crisp line, but it's really just a dye that'll last for about 2 weeks.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Yeah, man. They brush it in, and then they line it up. It looks really crispy, and it looked good.
Really?
From a distance.
From a distance, right?
Yeah, I mean, unless you're up on the face,
Right.
like really
Okay.
close. But like in your pictures and on the Facebook Live here,
Yep.
you would look like you are older than 17.
Okay. F you. My wife would. The problem is, right, is my wife would be like, "Ew, what's that on your face? That's fake. Ew, everybody come look at his face." Like my wife loves
Put you on
all
blast?
that. Yeah, man, she loves that stuff.
You gotta be like, babe, you gotta support.
Right?
Like, don't my man look good?
Yeah, no, she don't do that stuff. Like I'll be like, someone will say, "Hey, well, why didn't you show up?" I'll say, "Oh man, I was tired. I had a rough
He
day."
wasn't tired. He said
You
he
weren't
wasn't
tired. You were playing video games. You were playing Call of Duty. You prestige. I heard you say it. You prestige. Like, yeah, man. Now I don't like her. Now that I think about it.
Listen, man. So, you predicted last week if Cavaliers won Game 6,
Yep.
that they would win Game 7.
Absolutely.
And I got to take the hat off
Mm-hmm.
and say that that you were correct.
Absolutely.
You got it right.
Yep.
Don't say absolutely anymore because that's like real prideful. And that
Okay.
Don't just be like, okay, cool.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, okay.
Absolutely.
No, not absolutely cool.
Absolutely.
Nah.
Absolutely.
Nah.
Listen, so.
But listen, I wanted to say this real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I still feel like LeBron balled out.
Yes.
He balled
Triple-double.
out. Triple-double.
Yep.
2 40-point games before that.
Yep.
But when it was time to deliver,
Okay.
they went to Kyrie Irving.
Okay.
They did not go to LeBron.
And he got the MVP too.
Of course he did. For the
Unanimously.
series. Well, he led the entire series and everything. You can't deny that.
Right.
But in that game, Kyrie was Ray Allen, was Dwayne Wade, was a player that got it done when LeBron couldn't.
Okay, and on the flip side of that, who was Captain Brick? Brickson Gracie.
LeBron.
Steph.
Oh no, Steph was. The Warriors didn't score for the final 6 minutes.
They better come out and say that Steph was hurt. Like they better say that
No.
he had his knee was
They're
missing.
saying that now, but you can't do that on the back end.
You got to.
No, you can't. You just got to own up and say you didn't perform like he did. I respect him for saying that he didn't. That he just didn't perform.
Listen, I'm hurt. That's what I would have did.
Hurt by.
I was hurt by everything. I'm just hurt.
Hurt that they lost?
No, hurt. That's why we lost. If I was
So let me ask you. This is the question. Was the game Golden State Warriors? He's now part of the team.
We have Keith Laporte in the house. Keith,
Since when?
They hired him.
Moscato,
as a public relations expert.
When did they hire you in public relations?
AKA Mr. Moscato, AKA the most interesting man walking God's earth. Let's give Keith a round of applause.
Hey.
Did you
doing, America?
welcome Keith into the spot? And Keith's in the spot. I got a question for him too. Did you watch the whole game?
Yes.
Did you watch the whole game too? Mm-hmm. So what was the game-changing play? If you had to put a percentage on it, was it LeBron's block on Iguodala, or the 3-point shot by Kyrie?
I think it was Kyrie.
Okay.
Because if Kyrie doesn't hit his shot, Cleveland still wins by 1. I don't see anybody else that was scoring.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
They were, if you ask me, that's just what it looked like. The end of a long behind season. And at the end of the last, 3 minutes? Nobody had nothing left.
Golden State didn't score for the final 6 minutes.
They had nothing left in the tank.
No points for the final 6 minutes of the game.
Yeah, but you know what though? And I watched the interview with Steph at the end of the game. Yo, they settled. They settled for them good old plays that got them good old 3-pointers. Not settled for let's get the best option on plays. They settled for threes.
That's what got you live by the
Gun, you die by the gun.
No, but he was. So I heard that interview too. I'm going to go to that in just a second. But I want to say that the block of LeBron.
That wasn't his only block though.
But that one. But yes,
yeah,
that one was
you
bananas.
See how high that was?
But he also touched the rim. But it was goaltending.
Who touched the rim?
LeBron did. You can't touch because he touched the rim with his left hand and he blocked it with his right hand. Go back and watch the still shot. He touched the rim. It's goaltending.
I don't think it's touched the rim.
You can see it. The still shot.
He blocked it. He hit the ball first before he touched the rim.
It's goaltending. You still
I
can't
hate
do
you.
this.
You talking about
No.
We are. But
if you
all I want to
touch
say,
the ball,
Yeah.
you understand that? If you hit the ball first, your hand can touch anything after that.
yes. So here's the deal.
Yes.
But that block, I feel the momentum. You got to understand that breakaway, that type of thing could have shifted momentum. You'd have been down 2. There'd have been more pressure on Cleveland to score, and so I think that shifted because they would have been up 2. When he hit that 3, there were still 30-something seconds left.
Yeah.
So they would have been up 1 instead of up 3.
30 point something.
Right. So now
been a 1 instead of 3.
3 in which. Now as a coach, I have a lot more at my disposal. I don't have to run the 3-point.
Right.
I can run some different. I can run some different options.
But and that's what I was saying. I don't know if you peeped it, but that's all they were looking for.
That's all they
3-point shot.
They were down 4.
It came a point in time.
No, before
it
that.
came a point in time, way before that, where Stephen Curry has Kevin Love sticking him, and he has the ball in his hands.
I agree.
Tell me.
He did it to Tristan
Exactly,
Thompson
and I'm thinking that right now I'm licking.
You better blow
chops.
by.
What?
Barbecue chicken.
But no, you want to see. I want to shoot over him. I'm trying, and Kevin Love's like, no, you want to take me straight to the hole. You understand? So I'm like, all right. When he comes out in the press conference and says the settling part, that's the one that broke the camel's back right there, the straw. Because I'm like, so you realize that you wanted to live and die by the 3 then. At the last game of the season.
I also saw that Steph was rather flippant with his handle. That behind the back pat, like, dude, you don't need to be. Just make the play, like
but
that kind of stuff.
The commercial right before he did that, they had him doing that.
Oh, the hand, the dribble stuff.
Like, it gets harder. It gets harder.
No, I didn't pay attention. I think I might have ran out for a man break.
Yeah, they're gonna play it again, and then he went right back doing. I'm like, you know what? He tired. That hardness just kicked his. You know what? And that behind the back pass is just flying. I don't know if you peeped it. My wife, she got hired for the PR in Golden State.
She works for him too?
She got, fresh. Yo, yesterday they called her. Right before the game, like, hey, you know we're going to need you to work on. You know?
Okay.
She jumped on. So she's like, yo, I don't know what's going on with Golden State. Seems like every time they go running down the court, they either throwing it out of bounds or they turning it over.
They're rattling a little bit.
But at the same time,
okay,
they were down the stretch. I can't absolve him because he's the chosen one. He's the king.
Yep.
He butchered at least 3 possessions. Bad turnovers, missed layups by LeBron.
To some point that Tyronn Lue looked at his bench and he said, all right, my option at this point is Kyrie Irving. I'm going to go Kyrie this time. I'm going Kyrie.
Irrelevant.
Not why is it irrelevant?
Because
that doesn't happen.
The game.
That doesn't happen to Mike. That doesn't happen to Magic. That doesn't happen to Kobe, where they say, okay, my better option is this.
Well, I don't know. Bron is in the same category with them boys now. At least Magic and Mike.
Now, wait. Okay.
So
I'm not taking the ball
Depends for the
out of
length
their
of time.
hands.
Depends for the length of time because coaches did say we're going to go with Ori. We're going to
No.
We're going
They
to
never
go
went.
No.
No.
They never went.
Ori's 3-point shot was off a rebound.
Yes.
That was not a called play. None of those plays were called plays. The ball started.
Jack Fisher's wasn't.
The ball started.
Yeah, right.
The ball started.
Okay.
In the playmaker's hands, and said, "You figure out if it's there, you dominate. If not, you kick it." They did not put it in Horry's hands and say, "Okay, it's up to you." This is what they did. They said, "Kyrie, it's in your hands. You get it done."
Well, but like you just said, the 3 plays prior to Kyrie coming down,
They tried.
The first one, LeBron came down.
Turnover.
He was in the middle of the paint by himself.
Why did he do that?
And I seen Kyrie like, look at the rim. And LeBron was just so passive, like, turned it over. Came down the same next time. He's like, yo. He gave the boys like,
Nervous.
Yo, but see, I love my nephew, but he's a passive aggressive man. He's a passive aggressive.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
What's nothing wrong? There's nothing wrong with
We're
that.
still kings.
If you ain't got Kyrie, I don't know what you are.
That's all I'm saying. he was the MVP. He balled out. He led the entire finals and everything.
Yeah, but that last
blocks.
game.
But I'm telling you, right, and people going, "Oh, if it wasn't for Steve Kerr, Mike wouldn't have his." That's not true. No. Mike would have still got it.
That's the one thing.
If it wasn't for Robert Ory, they still would have got it.
That's what I'm say. That Robert
I am
Ory.
so tired of you guys.
But Robert Ory did the
LeBron
same
James
thing.
Micro criticism. That's why LeBron James got a championship today.
I'm not
hating.
I'm not hating.
I didn't hate on him.
I'm just saying these are the facts.
King James.
Right. Okay.
These
right.
are
But you're
facts.
pointing out these facts, right? But
I pointed out beforehand. He's always been
okay. That's fine.
Listen, he's always been the guy that you don't ask for change for $1 from because he only gives you 3 quarters. Okay.
Okay.
And he did the same thing in this game, and he was bailed out.
I don't know about that.
He didn't show up in the
like I
fourth.
said, this game 7. I think they all. I think the superstars, other than Kyrie Irving, all had subpar. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Draymond balled out. 32, 16, and 8.
And then you hear what Tyronn Lue said. Draymond gonna have to beat us by himself. That is the option we want. Is Draymond shooting 3-pointers.
All right. Draymond Green's quote: "A lot of people wanted to see us lose. They got their wish. I don't know if they'll get it a lot more times, but they got it this time." What do you think about that?
I think both vice versa. Vice versa. Because at the end of the day, if Golden State would have won, everybody would have been loving to criticize LeBron today.
There's no question.
You understand what I'm saying?
Everybody would have been talking about.
It would have been like question the king.
His 9 for 24.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Once
saying?
again, he's not able to get it done, and no one's talking about that because Kyrie bailed him out.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
All right. So before we go to break, we're going to break in 20 seconds. Which team is going to be? Which team is going to look drastically different next season? The Cavs or the Warriors?
That's easy for me to answer.
Very.
It's going to look drastically different.
Yeah.
Well, they're going to be minus 1 white boy in
Cleveland.
Kevin.
That white boy might end up on Golden State.
No, he's not going to end up in Golden
He's going to end up in Boston.
The white boy might end up at Golden State.
He's going to end up in Boston.
No.
Yep.
Nobody wants to go
I
to
don't want
Boston.
that. I don't want that.
I don't necessarily want it
I
either,
don't
but
want
it's
that.
Boston.
I don't
He's
want
going to
that.
end up in Boston.
I don't want that.
He's
We don't
be
need that.
Isaiah Thomas.
Well, you know what? We got the draft Thursday.
We do.
Yeah.
We do.
So, but man, listen, I don't know. Danny Ainge needs to go. I'm sorry.
Why are people saying, listen,
Because he messed up letting the pieces go to get him better. You know, it's like you got a pocket full of money, right?
but
And
he
you're
got
like,
8
you know
draft
what?
picks this year.
8
Listen,
draft picks is
listen.
not
He's got 6
going
next
to
year.
get you a championship.
No, it's
But
not.
they're pieces to be able to move. To
But
put
no
yourself in a
pieces
position.
of
Danny's
potential.
never been successful
Not,
with
that's what I was
pieces.
about to say. They never been successful in the draft.
He went
in
from,
history,
He went from the 8th
they've
seed
never
in the
been
playoffs
successful in the
to
draft.
the 4th seed
Right.
in the playoffs.
You're a Celtics fan, right?
I am.
When have they been successful? And that's the craziest thing me and Mark were talking about today. They're going to
Listen.
draft somebody that's going to play so horrible
I'll
for the
tell you
Celtics.
right now.
They're
I'll
going to
tell
go
you-
play
I'll
for
tell you
somebody
right
else.
now
Kevin right now when they've
Who?
been successful.
Antoine
When we
Walker.
got Kevin
Chauncey
Garnett.
Billups. Well, we didn't
He-
keep him around long.
Yo,
I'm
why
sorry.
he went and won
Joe
someone-
Johnson.
Oh, we didn't keep him around.
He
long
went and
enough
won
either.
with someone else too.
Matt Forte.
No.
Every
Jerome Moisa.
No.
Everybody.
No. Sorry.
Paul Pierce. Paul
I
Pierce.
love Paulie. I love
Paul
them.
Pierce
I love
was the
them
last
and-
good
and
draft.
I love- Did you
I
see
always
the
like Antoine Walker more than
pregame?
him.
Did you
I
see
did
the
not like
pregame?
Antoine.
Did you see the pregame?
No.
He was flashing the ring. He was like,
No,
he
he
saw
said,
that
listen,
shade.
he said, LeBron.
Got nothing to worry about tonight.
He did. He did. I know Paulie gives LeBron problems.
He did.
I'm like,
He said
All right,
so
we will
much.
be right back after this break. It's the 1, 2, 3,
He
4.
did. I was hyped too.
5 o'clock shadow.
I was hyped.
Why do my phone that quick?
You really lost your phone?
It's here somewhere, man. I must have dropped it or something. I got it. Right here. Put it in my back pocket, unusable spot.
All right, brother.
All right.
Oh, tomorrow I won't be able to be here.
Okay.
Just so you know, I got to meet with a parent and their son.
Okay.
Students throwing mad shade at the pastor.
Who?
At our pastor, the church I go to.
Not me.
Oh yeah, put that on the phone.